Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Brianna. Welcome to Breland's Books. I do so many interesting arm movements right there. Today is Monday, so I'm going to be doing another Manuscript Monday. I had one for last week. I filmed it, I edited it, but it couldn't get up, and then I didn't really want to do that one for this week, so instead I'm going to do this one. At the beginning of the video, I put a little slide that had a quote on it. That is a quote from my writing. It is my favorite thing that I've written that's my favorite line that I've written so far, and then each week on Manuscript Monday, I'm going to start out the video with my favorite thing that I wrote in that week, because I feel like when we're writing, we do a lot of focusing on what we're doing wrong, and it's a lot of dwelling on the things that we don't like or that we haven't done like perfectly, and we spend a lot of time in like focused on the more negative parts of our writing. So I'm just going to do that as a way to be like, hey, this is something you did well this week, or something like that. So that quote is from Avani's little inner monologue at the beginning of her first chapter. It's not the first chapter, I think it's the third chapter. And Avani is already an amazing fighter, and she is going to help teach her friends how to fight so that they can be prepared to like defend themselves and to help get their friends back who have been kidnapped. So she is going to be she's going to be kind of spearheading that and helping them learn how to fight. So that quote is just her talking about the difference between being a fighter and being a survivor, and what those two things mean to her, because like it's kind of like the difference between being alive and living. You know, you can be alive and never do anything, so are you really living? And it's just like you can survive through all these awful things, but if you aren't fighting for the good things, there's like a difference there. And that quote kind of hints at Avani's backstory, which I'm still fleshing out completely, but Avani's going to be an abuse survivor. Did I say that correctly? I don't know why, but when I said survivor, it sounded like I said survivor. So I was like, what? But she is an abuse survivor, and that's a big thing with her that she struggles with. I think what I'm going to do with it mostly is just she's going to allude to it a lot, and there's going to be a lot of signs and a lot of things like that, but I don't think in this book, at least, or at least not soon, I'm going to have her like reveal that it happened or anything like that. But that kind of leads into what I'm talking about this week, which is developing characters and their backstories, and more fully, because kind of for each character I have like important plot points, like Avani's an abuse survivor, Katya is a cancer survivor. All of these people have had traumatic things in their life, like most of them, when they were like sent into our dimension, where they found homes very easily and quickly, and most of them had families. Obviously not all of them were perfect, like Avani, her foster family was abusive, so then she went to, had all those problems. Elias is kind of the one who never found a family, so he like kept moving around and getting tossed about and all those things that you don't really want to happen, but they're all, so that's kind of like his thing. But there's certain characters where I don't really have theirs yet, like Lucia. I thought I had one for her, but I decided against it, so I'm still trying to decide for Lucia what her like main kind of struggle is going to be, because everyone has their own unique struggles. So for each of these characters, it's like what one thing in their past predominantly has helped shape them as people. So like Avani, abuse survivor. Elias, he's been bounced around a lot. Katya, cancer survivor. So like Marco, I haven't fully realized what his is yet, but Marco, Lucia, Kenneth are the three who I haven't really decided on yet. Skylar's I have, but I'm not really going to talk about hers right now. I'm mostly going to talk about the three. Why am I doing it like this? The three that I haven't figured out 100% yet. So Marco and Lucia are kind of parallels of each other. They have had very similar experiences. They're both very similar, but kind of in like a like forces repel type thing. Because there's a lot of problems between them, and they both are natural leaders, but they are kind of an opposing viewpoint, so they clash a lot, but I want their struggles to be another thing that kind of mirrors each other while still being unique. And kind of what I'm leaning towards right now, I'm trying to think of a few different ones so that I can see which one works best. But the first one that I have is that one of them lost a parent, like had a parent die, and the other one had a parent leave. So they both have to deal with that whole, and it's like still a loss, but it's a different type of loss for both of them. That's my first thought for how to have similar struggles that are still different, because that's kind of the thing with all of them, is they have the same like issues, but they've come about in different circumstances. And that's kind of why they both have such a good connection with Skylar, because she's very good. Her issues work well with their issues, you know, kind of like that. So that's something I'm really trying to work on. And then Kenneth is kind of like, I have a very clear picture of who he is now, but I need to figure out how he got there. Because the main thing about Kenneth is that he wants to protect Katya. Him and Katya are together, and she was one of the people who gets kidnapped. And everything he does is because of that. But I still need there to be something in his life that has helped shape him and make him this protector. So I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be yet. I think I want it to be something about a sibling. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. A sibling or a family member or something like that. He's a surfer. That's a big thing with him. He talks a lot about surfing analogies and the different things like that. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to go about that. What I did to help me figure out, and what I'm still doing to help me, figure out all of the characters' backstories, is I'm kind of just writing, like, I just have, like, sticky notes. I have pieces of paper, but no, I have note cards that have each character's name on them, and then I have sticky notes for ideas of like a backstory that I put down that just were like interesting things to happen, and then some of them like were very obvious, like I already knew what I wanted Elias and Avani's and Katya's to be, and then I worked on Skylar's a little bit more and I figured out that. So I'm still working on that. So if you guys have any recommendations for, like, mainly for Kenneth, because he's the one I'm struggling the most with, of, you know, something that could have happened to him in the past to help make him this protector type of guy, I'd be very curious to know. I don't think I have anything else to say. Yeah. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do Manuscript Monday, please let me know down in the comments so I can check out and know what you're up to. I would love to hear about your works in progress. And I will link the official Manuscript Monday group for Goodreads down in the description, so if you guys are interested in joining, you can go ahead and check that out. I'll link my other social media down in the description and all that fun stuff. I hope you have a good couple of days. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I will see you on Wednesday for another video. Have a great couple of days. Read or write a good book. Mwah!